Good evening, it's 5 o'clock. I am Bangbala Dege with the 5 o'clock news broadcasting live from Splash FM from Alaye, Ekiti State. First, the top stories. Reps head of state police report approve 18 clauses. Senate disowns ex-NNPC boss Kiaria restaurant revokes Oshomole. To the news in detail. Officers of the Delta State Police Command have arrested some suspects fraudsters with fake $1,600 bills in a Delta community. The police public relations officer for the command, SP Bright Edafe, disclosed this in a signed statement, copies of which were made available to journalists in Warri today. Edafe stated on June 9, 2026, operatives of the Special Anti-Kidnapping Unit acting on credible intelligence commenced surveillance on a 5-man syndicate reportedly involved in defrauding some suspecting members of the public using counterfeit United States dollar bills while operating in a red unregistered Mercedes-Benz GLK SUV. The police spokesman affirmed that an investigation is ongoing to unravel the full scope of the syndicate activities. In the meantime, the Safara State Police Command has rescued 5 travelers who were abducted by suspected bandits along the Anka Bukiam Road in the state. The command spokesperson, the SP Yazid Abubakar, disclosed this in a statement today, saying the rescue followed a swift response by operatives of the Anti-Violent Crime Response Unit. According to him, the incident occurred on June 10th at about 7 p.m. when armed bandits reportedly barricaded the road and abducted 5 travelers. The police spokesperson reiterated the command's commitment to tackling criminal activities across the state and ensuring the safety of residents. Moving on, the House of Representatives has adopted a report on the proposed establishment of state police and approved 18 constitutional amendment clauses. The report was adopted during today's plenary session presided over by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas. The approved clauses formed part of recommendations considered by lawmakers during deliberations on constitutional amendments aimed at strengthening governance, security, and institutional effectiveness across the country. In the meantime, the House of Representatives has passed the State Police Bill, effectively making way for the decentralization of the Nigerian policing architecture. The resolution followed a voting by 289 lawmakers in favor of state police during today's plenary session presided over by the Speaker's House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas. Recall that the House committed today's plenary to voting on the State Police Bill following the spike in killings, kidnappings, and banditry in the past few months. Before the voting began, Abbas announced that the electronic voting system was faulty, noting that the exercise would be conducted based on attendance. Out of the 290 members in attendance, 289 voted in favor of state police, while 1 voted against. The Speaker abstained from voting. In the meantime, the Senate today distanced itself from comment by Senator Adams Oshomole, describing the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited as a bunch of criminals and thieves, insisting that the remarks did not reflect the position of the Red Chamber. The upper legislative chamber also declared that no Senate committee has the authority to issue, authorize, or execute a warrant of arrest except in strict compliance with the Legislative House's Powers and Privileges Act and with the express approval of the Senate President. The resolutions followed a motion sponsored by the Senate leader, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, during plenary. Bamidele warned that any attempt by a Senate committee to independently issue or execute a warrant of arrest without authorization from the Senate President could amount to an unlawful exercise of power. Reading from Senate rules and all constitutional provisions, Barrow stressed that committees are subordinate organs of the Senate and will only make recommendations rather than independently exercise powers reserved for the chamber. In the meantime, the Taraba State Internal Revenue Service has warned residents and business owners against paying taxes into private accounts, insisting that all tax payments must be made through approved government channels. The chairman of the Taraba State Board of Internal Revenue Service, Brigadier General Jeremiah Franca, retired, gave the warning today in Jalingo during a statewide sensitization campaign on new tax reform initiatives. The campaign, which brought together traders associations, market women, bankers, and other stakeholders, was organized to educate taxpayers on the provisions of the new tax laws and encourage voluntary compliance. Some participants at the campaign described the exercise as timely, saying it would help curb illegal tax collection and improve compliance among taxpayers. In the meantime, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, today expressed concern that allegations of corruption within Nigeria's electoral system continue to erode public confidence in the country's democratic process. Akume stated this while delivering a lecture at the State House Conference Center, Abuja, as part of activities marking the 2026 Democracy Day celebration. Reflecting on Nigeria's democratic journey over the past 27 years, Akume described the period as one marked by resilience, determination, and notable progress. Describing the Democracy Day lecture as an opportunity for national reflection, Akume challenged Nigerians to envision the type of democracy they hope to build over the next 27 years. Concerns over electoral malpractice, vote buying, result manipulation, and other forms of corruption have continued to generate debate about the credibility of elections and public trust in democratic institutions. To sport news. World champions Argentina have maintained their position as the number one team in the latest FIFA rankings released today, strengthening their status ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Spain held on to second position following a draw and a win in their recent outing, while France slipped to third after suffering a defeat before bouncing back with subsequent victories. The latest rankings come as attention shifts to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which will be hosted jointly by the United States, Mexico, and Canada. The tournament expanded to 48 teams for the first time. It's expected to be the biggest in FIFA history. To wrap up the news for 5 o'clock, here are the top stories once again. Reps Head of State Police report approve 80 clauses. Senate disowns ex-NNPC boss Kyari arrest warrant rebooks Oshomole. And that is it on this update for 5 o'clock on Splash FM. Thank you for listening. Have a great and wonderful evening ahead. I am Adeyege Bamigbade.